Hey guys, this is Martin Perdomo, the Elite Strategist, and you're listening to Latinos in Real Estate Investing Podcast. And today I have with me Dave DUBEAU'S. This is not his first time here. This is his home. He's welcome here anytime, and he's back today. Dave is a podcast host and the creator of Money Partner Formula. He and his team work with mom and pop investors, providing one-on-one marketing services to help them raise capital. So I'm so excited to hear how you're helping people with that, because that's a big, an important factor in our business. And it's a lot of people, a lot of investors, newbies need help with that. He's a best-selling author and speaker based on beautiful British Columbia, Canada. He began his real estate investing career in 2003, doing 18 deals in 18 months, which is extremely impressive, my friend. Great job. Welcome.
Well, you didn't see what all those deals look like there, Martin. So you might be giving me a little bit more credit than I deserve. But yes, I got good at finding motivated sellers. That's for sure.
Fantastic. You definitely learned the skill there. And today, I want us to talk about the beginner's guide to getting private money and buying more real estate. First, tell us a little bit about yourself, Dave, and how did you wind up teaching people how to raise money? What were your pain points that led you down this road?
Well, yeah, that's a great question, Martin. And so my whole path in real estate actually started a little bit earlier than that. It started in about 2001 in San Jose, Costa Rica, of all places. I lived in Latin America for 13, almost 14 years, 10 years in Costa Rica. And kind of stumbled into real estate doing a couple of what we would call pre-foreclosure deals at that time. And then we moved to Canada, moved my Costa Rican family to Canada. I had to start something new. That's when I did the 18 deals in 18 months. Took a little bit of time off of real estate investing, got distracted with some other stuff, and then jumped back in about 2009, 2010, give or take. And started doing a different strategy that actually required, it wasn't all creative, low money, no money down type deals. It actually required coming up with cash for down payments. So by that time, I'd built up some credit and I had some cash, and I was able to self-finance my first couple of deals. And then, like everybody, I ran out of cash and credit, and the perfect deal fell in my lap. And Martin, have you ever heard the expression, just find a good deal and the money will find you?
Of course I have. We've all
have. Well, I'd like to smack whoever came up with that expression. I'd like to smack them right upside the head, because that did not work out that way for me. That's for sure. So I had this great deal. I had structured a fantastic arrangement for investor partners. The only challenge I had is I needed to raise 85 grand. And I think I had about 2 weeks to do that, to remove subjects. And I didn't know what the heck guys are going to do. But I'd heard this thing, find a good deal, the money will find you. It kind of sounded like woo-woo, the secret, and put it out there and the universe will provide. But I knew I needed to actually do something. So I decided, hey, what's everybody else doing to raise capital? And I, poked around, and a lot of people are picking up the phone and dialing for dollars. And around that time, I think it was The Wolf of Wall Street was out. It was pretty popular in the movies. Mm-hmm. And DiCaprio made that look like a lot of fun. So I tried dialing for dollars, and I picked up the phone, rejection. Now, I wasn't doing it very well, obviously, but also it's just one of those things. If you don't come from a sales background, if you don't have a really thick skin, that's a very tough thing to do. So I'd love to say I cranked through 150 calls and made it happen. I didn't. I did about 10 or 12 calls, got pouty, and just said, okay, enough of that. So then I'd also heard, hey, if you need to raise money, go out and turn every conversation into a real estate conversation. And Martin, I know you run a very, very successful real estate investment club. That is great. That's a great way to go out there. But the challenge is when you're under the gun and you need money very, very quickly, and you're trying to do it that way, you just come across as desperate or needy, right? At least that was what I was doing. 2020 hindsight. I was going out to the Chamber of Commerce, BNI, Toastmasters, wherever I could get in, doing my little 30-second elevator pitch, and basically just getting a bunch of weird looks and no capital, obviously, 2020 hindsight. Mm-hmm. Then I put together, I thought, hey, if just enough people see this deal, it's so good, it's going to sell itself. So I put together a PDF and I spammed that out to everybody I knew, a couple of hundred people. And I can remember that was a Wednesday night. Thursday morning, I got up, I was so excited to see the responses. And I did. I got a number of responses. However, they all basically said, hey, Dave, I haven't heard from you in forever. Here you are hitting me up for cash for a deal. Take a hike. So I lost that deal. Wasn't able to close on it. I live in a fairly small community, so I got some major egg on my face, ticked off the seller big time, ticked off the person I was going to get into the place. They'd already given notice where they're renting, ticked off the realtor, the mortgage broker, everybody had major egg on my face. And that's when I had a couple of realizations after the smoke cleared and I quit pouting. I said, hey, this whole find the deal, the money will find you is baloney. What we need to do is get our investors lined up first and then go find the deals, because then we can negotiate, we can get them under contract, we can go in with mojo and confidence and really get them tied up. So I have a background in marketing. I decided, hey, why don't I apply some intelligent marketing to this whole capital raising process? I did that, and instead of chasing after investors, now I can get investors coming to me. I won't say they're chasing after me, but I can get investors coming to me, pre-educated, pre-motivated, pre-qualified, and predisposed to invest in my deals thanks to marketing. And that's what this whole process is all about. And since then, we've worked with hundreds of clients across the States and Canada, actually, and even internationally. And cumulatively, we've helped our clients raise well over $300 million and counting for their deals.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, the listeners, what that looks like, right? So what does a sequence of your plan looks like, right? What is that? Look, if I'm a newbie and I got a quad and I got no money, but I got the team and I came across this motivated seller and it's a great deal and I have the contractors lined up that can take it and fix it and, we can add the value and I can refi and exit my investors, no problem. But I don't have the money.
Yeah, you're that guy. Here's what I would actually really recommend. If you're that guy or gal, partner up with somebody smart like Martin and do a deal with them and get some experience under your belt, because it's very difficult to raise capital for your very first deal. Your second deal, a lot easier, but your very first deal, that's going to be tough. So you got to either put your own skin in the game, self-finance your first deal or two, or partner up with somebody who's already experienced in that field, bring some value to the table, even if you're just getting a tiny portion of the deal in equity. That's okay. You can use that as a case study moving ahead. Mm-hmm. But quite frankly, if you're just getting started from scratch, it's going to be a very difficult thing to raise capital. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's very, very difficult. So the people that we like to work with are those that already have a little bit of experience. Don't have to have a ton, but one or two deals under your belt. Now you're ready to really start leveraging things, scaling things, using other people's money.
Fantastic. So let's just say that person does have that, right? Sure. So what would be the first thing? So they've done something, maybe they've wholesaled a couple of deals and they've been a partner on a deal and they got their own first deal and they want to do it. Where would you recommend they start?
Well, here's the thing. You start before you got the deal. Remember, we just talked about the money of the deal, which comes first. I highly recommend you do both at the same time. Obviously, you're not going to stop your marketing and whatnot looking for deals. But at the same time, let's start a process for attracting investors, finding capital. So what I call this thing behind me here, I call the money partner formula. Fairly simple, fairly straightforward. We got 3 phases, and each phase has a couple of steps. All right. So the first phase is like a good building. It's the foundation. So in the foundational phase, what we do with our clients, at least, is first things first, we come up with a target group of potential investors. We focus on your existing network of contacts, Here's why, Martin. You've got to think about it logically, right? You're just getting started with raising capital. Who's going to invest with you? If you're trying to get somebody to invest $50, $75, $100,000 with you, or whatever it is, they're going to need to know you, like you, and trust you with their money, right? So the logical place to start is within people that you already have a pre-existing relationship with. They already know you. Hopefully they already like you. To some degree, they already trust you. So that is the logical place to start. So what we do is we do a data dump. We get all your contacts from your social media, your cell phone, your email addresses, wherever you got them, put them into one place, whittle it down to somewhere between 100 and 200 contacts that you have a legitimate pre-existing relationship with. Not all of these people are going to turn into investors for you. In fact, most of them won't. However, within that group, there are potential investor partners. So what we need to do is we need to laser focus on those people. So that's the fastest, easiest, safest way to get started with raising capital. Okay. So number one, create that target group of potential investors. At the same time, in this foundational phase, we're putting together a few different pieces of materials. An online marketing hub, in other words, a website is a good idea, and having a good slide deck presentation ready to go, very good idea as well. So when people do put up their hand and say, hey, Martin, what's this real estate thing that you're doing? You can show them, you can walk them through a visual presentation and show them exactly how it works and what's in it for them. So that's the foundation of this whole process. Once we've got that doesn't take very long, especially for folks that are working with us, we can get all that up and running usually within less than a week. Then the second phase is where we press go and we launch. And here's something that's really important, Mark. When we press launch, we want to do it intelligently, not like I did back in the day, just kind of, throwing spaghetti against the wall, seeing what sticks and, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What we want to do instead is we want to reconnect with those 200 people on that list, 100 or 200 people, whatever it is, in a personal way first before we start talking business. So we call this a warm-up campaign or a connection campaign, and we can automate this with email. So we send out 3 different emails, ding, 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 Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just really reconnecting with people, telling them what we're up to, non-real estate, just what we're up to, encouraging them to reply back to us and having a little bit of back and forth with folks that way before we start talking business. And the third message there, we give them the heads up that, hey, moving ahead, we're going to do a better job of staying in touch. We're going to start talking about what we're up to with real estate and what's in it for you and how it might be a benefit for you to partner up with us and share in the profits of the deal.
Does your team create those emails, that slide deck presentation?
Yep. Yeah, we do all of this stuff for our clients. So we even create the database, we create websites, we create the slide deck presentation, we create all of the marketing materials, obviously with our clients' input, and we get it all set up and sent out for them. All they have to do is basically answer emails and keep an eye on their calendar for when appointments start popping up in there.
Fantastic. What do you find are the biggest challenges with people starting that may be educated but don't have money
when it comes to raising capital? Or
when it comes to raising capital? Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, they don't know how to get started. They don't know who to focus on. They don't know who to talk to, who not to talk to. A lot of people wait, like I did, till the last minute. So they're scrambling to try and raise capital for a deal they've got on the go. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter how good that is, but if you're desperate, that desperation just kind of oozes out of you, and it repels people instead of attracting them to you, because you've got sales breath, right? People can just smell that on you, right? That desperation. So the other challenge is I see a lot of people just kind of spamming everything they've got. Well, I spammed back in the day too, didn't work well, but now they're doing it on social media, right? So they're starting to promote their deals on Facebook. They're starting to do all this kind of stuff, which, I'm not caveat here. I'm not a lawyer or a securities specialist, but my understanding is that's illegal, right? We're not allowed to solicit capital from the general public without a license to do so, or offering memorandum or 506B or C or whatever it is, exemptions. So a lot of people are doing that, and they get away with it for a while, but when they get caught, it can be a very expensive and painful experience.
Being the economy and I want to transition into kind of where we are right now. I believe that we're obviously in the environment that we're in, Dave, with interest rates going up at the rate that they're going, and inflation being where it is. Do you find it that in an economic downturn, will it be easier to raise capital or more difficult to raise capital?
I think it'll be irrelevant.
Good answer. Irrelevant. Elaborate on that. Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, Martin. It's like anything. If you want to do it, you will do it. Is it going to be easier, harder? I really don't know. My crystal ball sucks. I predicted doom and gloom when the whole pandemic hit. I was wrong. Everybody else I knew was wrong. So I don't know. But here is what I do know. If we have good, solid real estate deals, right? In my opinion, a good real estate deal is the best way for everyday folks like us and like our investor partners to get a good, solid return on our investment backed by a solid, tangible asset, which is a real piece of property. I don't know any other investment out there that we can exercise as much control over as we can a piece of property. We control what we buy. We control how much we pay to a certain extent. We control how we buy it. We control what we do with it. We control who we get into it. We control all of these different things, how we manage it. We've got so much control over it. And then depending on the kind of deal you're doing, what do you focus on mostly these days?
Multifamily.
Yeah. Big ones or little ones for all of them?
We go from we have from duplexes to 60 units.
All right, perfect. So you get multifamilies.
And we flip, and we also have a division of a buy, fix, and flip division where we're buying, fixing, and flipping. Not that much right now in where the
environment.
market is going.
But okay, so let's say, for example, you're raising capital for your multifamily deals. Well, multifamily is perfect because I'm aware of 8 different profit centers in a multifamily deal. 8 different ways that you and your investor partners can make money on a deal. Well, there aren't 8 different ways people make money on crypto. There are not 8 different ways people make money in the stock market or bonds or mutual funds or I don't know anything else that has as many different profit centers. So again, we got control and we got multiple different avenues for making money. When we can educate people about that, show them what's in it for them, show them how this compares to everything else. And then plus, I don't care what's going on with the economy. I think multifamily is a pretty secure bet. It's not recession proof, but it's pretty recession resistant, right? When times are good, people are coming into the area. They need somewhere to live. When times are bad, people are downsizing. They need somewhere to live.
Yep.
Apartments are where it's at, right? So again, when you can show people that, it just becomes a no-brainer for them.
Yeah, this is going to be weird, but I'm a little bit excited because of what you said. I'm starting to see, you probably are, or maybe you're not aware of it, but in June, 60,000 people backed out of their agreement of sales for single families, right? In the whole country, 60,000 people backed out. NARS is saying it's because of the interest rate increase. However, okay, where are those 60,000 people going, Dave?
Exactly.
Right? They're getting out because affordability for housing is going down. Well, where are they going? Right? They're going to
live somewhere. They gotta live somewhere.
Yeah, they gotta live somewhere. So they're gonna come rent my places, and what's gonna happen with rents? Rents are gonna continue to get pushed up. I mean, that was
supply and demand, man. Exactly.
Yeah, I think rent was up 3.1% in the new inflation report, the new CPI report that came out yesterday in the U.S. No, you're in Canada. I think it was 3.1% increase month over month. Like, no, I'm sorry, that's not 1.3%. I inverted 1.3% month over month. And I'm like, whoa, it just keeps going up, right?
Yeah.
While the housing
it has to with inflation, right? I mean, it's tied neck and neck there. So again, that's my take on things. But again, at the end of the day, in the worst of times, there are people making money in real estate. If you got the right strategy, you got the right market, and you can explain it properly to investors. Even if some of them are feeling nervous, others are going to feel more confident doing something like that than what are people doing leaving their money in the bank? I mean, they're losing money on their money, right? So it's all a matter of educating.
Yeah. If someone left their money last month, if they had $100,000 in the bank and they left it last month in the bank, they lost 9.1% to inflation. We had 9.1% increase in inflation here in the U.S.
That's great. Yeah, same. It's the same in Canada. It's the same all over the place.
Yeah, hey, you're worth your money is not worth not 100. Now it's only 90, whatever that is, 80, 91, right? So that's pretty brutal. So Dave, thank you for coming out and sharing with us again. This is your home. You're welcome here anytime. If I'm a listener and I want to get together with you and I need to find out information, hey, this is my biggest pain point, and I can assure you that it's a big pain point for a lot of people. And a lot of my listeners, I know personally, need your help.
Awesome.
Need to connect with someone like you. Where would they start? I know you have a book. What's the name of your book?
Well, here's what I've got that I think will be really helpful for your listeners, Martin, is I've got a brand new podcast that's just launching right now called the How to Raise Capital 101 Show. And the first 9 episodes of the podcast are kind of like a mini course that walks through this entire, what I call my money partner formula, which is going to help you go from zero, just getting started with raising capital, to help you raise your first 6 figures in a matter of weeks, and your first 7 figures literally can be within a matter of months. So again, wherever you'd like to listen to your podcast, it's called the How to Raise Capital 101 Show, or you can go to raisecapital101show.com.
Awesome. Thank you, sir, for being here. Thank you for showing up. Really, really appreciate you sharing all of your wonderful knowledge, all of your wonderful wisdom when it comes to raising capital. Really appreciate you, brother. Thank you. You're welcome here anytime. And guys, thank you for listening. You've been listening to Latinos and Real Estate Investing Podcast, and we'll catch you around in the next episode. Peace out. So guys, if you like this video you just watched, click on this video up here. It might be something you might like. And guys, I really appreciate you guys watching. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Peace out.